you ever find yourself with the fate of the world in your hands? The future of humanity at stake? And that somehow this is always where you wanted to be?
Do it.
Back of a truckload of hell. Knowing that if you threw open the door, all hell would break loose. Has that ever happened to you? I didn't think so. But it's happening to me right now. Let's go back to a more innocent time. Like last Thursday. Nobody wants to grow up to be a private investigator. You want to be a fireman, a doctor, Venus or Serena Williams, maybe even a Tyrannosaurus Rex. But no kid dreams of sitting in a car for 5 hours listening to his partner not talk about his ex-girlfriend.
Wonder what she's doing. I wonder what she's doing.
Who?
Who do you think?
Queen Elizabeth? Pat Benatar?
Louise, my girlfriend?
Ex-girlfriend, Ernie. Ex. Which means you're not supposed to be wondering what she's doing at 4 a.m. I can tell you what she's not doing. She's not staring at the ceiling thinking she made a mistake.
What is that, Vincent? Tough love, or are you just being a jerk?
Look around. You see a Maltese Falcon anywhere? Me neither. That's because a real PI specializes in the domestic and the trivial. But tonight's job was just a little more complicated.
Positive ID.
Uh-huh. It's on.
Poor bastard.
You're a real sentimentalist, Ernie.
Where's your heart, Vincent?
Ernie was wrong. I have a heart. It's just not fully endothermic. Meet Mr. Bill Hoon. He saw something he shouldn't have seen. Told somebody he shouldn't have told. Ernie and I were just the next step in his journey toward the consequences.
Mr. Hoon? We're here to help.
Ernie, gun. Oh, great.
Take the house! Let that out!
Mrs. Hoon?
Yes?
I'm Ernie Watson. I'm a private investigator. It's about your husband, ma'am.
Is he okay?
May I come in, please?
Let me go!
Take it easy.
No, I saw them! People who aren't people!
That's okay. Take a deep breath. It's okay. All right?
Stay where you are! Thank God! Step over here, please. You all right, Rubio?
Dude took a shot at me. Concussion screwed up my disguise.
Sounds like a power interruption. That should hold you for now.
Good?
Yeah. Looks like a robbery homicide.
Right.
Well, let's go inform his wife. I know this is very difficult for you, Mrs. Hoon. I just have a few more questions. What was your husband doing out so late?
I don't know. We're separated.
Not much contact between you.
He'd call, sometimes, to see how we're doing.
Did he ever sound frightened? Or say anything unusual?
What do you mean?
Unusual. Like, honey, I saw a dinosaur. If the answer is yes, she joins her husband in the morgue, and Junior gets placed in a foster home with good mammalian parents. Hey, it's a small price to pay to keep a 65-million-year-old secret. The Cretaceous era, when dinosaurs ruled the Earth. Except they didn't exactly rule. More like they ran around and ate each other for breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, and a midnight snack. Then, a Gulf of Mexico-sized asteroid decided to leave family and friends and make a beeline for, well, Gulf of Mexico. And so, the dinosaurs were killed. But not all the dinosaurs. You weren't supposed to know that, of course. Not if you're human. Not if you want to live.
She's clean.
Huh? Oh. We were just having a deep conversation.
They say the dragons are just mythological, but I say they are real and very diabolical to core. And if you want to open a can of worms, that's considered drinking his girl off. So ask yourself, who are you for the people? And they even considered you equal. Can you let those malicious dragons beat you? Dragons Den, where the fire never dies. Leaders in suits and scales underneath their lies. They stole the skies centuries ago in the night. Now they wear our faces, but their hearts burn cold as ice. So ask yourself, who are you for the people? Do they even see you as their equal? Will you let those ancient dragons defeat you? Centuries back they fell like thunder from the clouds. Burned the old kingdom, scattered the righteous crowd. Slipped in the skin, crowned themselves kings and queens. Now they sit in marble halls, counting stolen dreams. They breathe tax fire, hoard the gold and iron claws. Pass draconian chains while the people stay in awe. Speeches full of smoke, eyes glowing ember red. But poetic justice rises from the ashes they left dead. We see the wings folded under tailored coats. We hear the roar inside their careful quotes. The time has come to drag the truth into the light. Watch the Dragon's Den ignite with human might. Dragon's Den, where the fire never dies. Leaders in suits with scales underneath their lives. They stole the skies centuries ago in the night. But the people awaken, now we own the fight. So ask yourself, who are you for the people? Do they even see you as their equal? No, we will not let those malicious dragons defeat us. Dragon's Den, the flames are turning back on you.
Dragon's Den, where the shadows bend and shift. Leaders shape-shifting, wearing human skin like a gift. Sci-fi walked in centuries ago under cover of night. Now they wear our faces, but their blood runs cold as ice.
They tell us dinosaurs died out millions of years ago, but that was the perfect lie to bury what we already know. Reptilian bloodlines cloaked in Hollywood glow. They laugh while we watch the truth dressed up as a show. Shapeshifters in boardrooms, scales under tailored suits, breathing fire through laws that choke the absolute. They hid the dragons behind thunder lizard bones, turned every sighting into just a movie zone. They made a film called Anonymous Rex, that was just to keep the masses asleep at best. This is not a test, feeding us fiction so the real ones stay concealed. But poetic justice is waking up, the truth is being revealed. They put it right in our faces on that 2004 screen. Dinosaurs walking among us, yeah, that's what they mean. A warning wrapped in CGI so the masses stay serene, while the real fire breathers pull strings behind the scenes. They used extinct beasts to make our dragon claims look fake. Laughed in plain sight, knowing most would never awake. Now the shapeshifters sit in power, eyes like burning coal, passing draconian rules that carve out every soul. They made a film called Anonymous Rex, that was just to keep the masses asleep at best. This is not a test, but the veil is tearing, the fire is turning back on them. Humanity rise and watch the dragon's den burn again.
Dragon's Den, where the shadows bend and shift. Leaders shape-shifting, wearing human skin like a gift. Sci-fi walked in centuries, I'll go undercover at night. But the people are waking, now we own the fight. They made a film called Anonymous Rex, that was just to keep the masses asleep at best. This is not a test, so ask yourself, who are you for the people? Do they even see you as their equal? No, we will not let those malicious dragons defeat us. Dragon's Den, flames are turning back on you.
As you can see, a dragon skull has to go through drastic changes to take the form of a human skull. Compress the skull from front to back, and the height and width to a lesser extent. Pull in and reshape the cranium, maxilla, and jaw. Compress the horns into the forehead. Change the shape and orientation of the eye sockets, nasal cavity, and cheekbones, and morph the teeth into the shapes of human teeth. Now you have a dragon skull that looks like a human skull. It's still a dragon, with the same reptilian physiology, cells, and DNA, but with the shape of its body changed, along with the characteristics of the cells, hardness, elasticity, color, and so on. That's basically how they do it, and they could imitate any creature in this way. This is a different type of dragon skull drawn by the same artist, Draco Aureus Solus, in other words, a golden sun dragon. There are different human races and different species of animals within families, dogs, cats, birds, snakes, etc. So I wouldn't be surprised if there were multiple species or types of dracs. This skull has more of a reptilian appearance, similar to that of a predatory dinosaur. It has those extra openings in the sides of the maxilla and cranium, and there's an abrupt angular transition where the maxilla meets the cranium, which is mostly flat across the top and sides, box-shaped. Another unusual feature is that the mandible has openings at the back. It appears that the skull sockets into the jaw, whereas on most animals, the jaw is socketed into the skull, under the cheekbones. The skull is also much narrower than the one on the right, and its structure is obviously less robust. Again, it's entirely possible that there's more than one drac species present here, and they may all possess this polymorphic ability. However, I'm quite sure that the newborn is the one on the right, because it has the wide skull and matching mouth and teeth. The one on the left just doesn't fit well with the newborn's head. This could be the difference between Arcturians and Orions, two different species of dragons.
He's telling the truth. I'd like to talk to him about this dragon.
It's a dragon.
This was supposedly recorded in mountains of Chile. It could be real, but I'm not sure. It does have long curved forearms like the newborn. It looks like it has 3 fingers on each hand. It also has backpointing horns like the skull in the drawing. If this is real, it definitely shows that they are a draconian race, very different from New Age depictions of reptilians, which have meek-looking humanoid forms with lizard or snake-like heads.